Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got a video by a YouTube channel called Supreme Clips. Link to it in the description below. Titled Ranking the NBA Eastern Conference Teams for the 2019-2020 NBA season, aka the upcoming NBA season, for people that don't know numbers very well. So yeah, man, I mean, like, these videos can get very, like, trigger warning towards me because I feel like people never respect the Detroit Pistons. Keep in mind, we just got Joe Johnson, the MVP of the Big Three, so I expect no less than a top 5 seed in the Eastern Conference. We'll see if Supreme Clips also think so, and see who is, like, you know, the top and all that good stuff out there, man. Let's go ahead and check out this video.
Possibly seen one of the greatest NBA off seasons in NBA history.
My boy Blake Griffin.
So many controversial moves.
Who the hell was that? Was that
trades.
Sam Cassell?
Officially seen it all. Many teams have risen, but many have fallen. And today, we're going to predict the 2019-20 NBA Eastern Conference standings.
I would say more teams have definitely risen than fallen, though.
In the 15th spot, we have the Charlotte
Hornets. The freaking top 3 seed! I'm just joking.
Surprised they let Kemba Walker walk this offseason. This team is obviously in rebuild mode, is not getting out anytime soon. But it's not all bad. They signed Terry Rozier to a 3-year, $56 million.
No, that's funny fucking bad, man. Let's be honest.
Washington and have a rising star in Miles Bridges. But until they can capitalize on draft picks and stop overpaying players like I was gonna say Nicholas Batum, but let's be honest, this whole roster. I mean, look at this. But until they
that's pretty damn right. Let me see it, bro. You didn't give me enough time, man. Let me see this. Look at that shit, bro. Deontay Graham, $1.4 million to do what? Sit his ass on the bench. He better be a freaking 400-pound man so he can at least warm up double the bench. Bitch mad contract Biombo. Terry Rozier being a freaking role player for the Celtics banks him freaking $19 million a season. I don't get it, man. I really don't. Robert Franks, you fucking sell hot dogs. Like Frank's hot dogs? That's a brand, right? Or you call them Frank's, right? I don't know. Tom Welsh.
But until they can do that, only then will they succeed. Alright, 14th on the list, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
To be honest, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're stacking up on assets or going in the rebuild mode. But one thing is for sure, they look terrible.
Little mix up between.
A lot has to do with the Kyrie Irving trade and LeBron James leaving later that season. Since then, they have found promising guys in Colin Sexton, Cedi Osman, and Ante Zizic. But I think at best, they'll probably develop into nice role players. They drafted Darius Garland with the 5th pick in the draft. He is someone who I thought was heavily slept on going into the draft.
Oh yeah, like a torn
ACL. He was a sneaky pick with high upside. I think he will blend in nicely guard Colin Sexton. No, the Cavs aren't in the most ideal position, but they're off to a nice start with this rebuild.
It's gonna be the worst defensive backcourt in the NBA, though. We're being 100 about it, man. Like, yeah, I do like Colin Sexton. I think he's got potential out there. I just don't know if he's got potential in the backcourt playing with Darius Garland. You know?
Oh, and please free Kevin Love.
Well,
in the 13th spot, we have the New York Knicks. Now, the Knicks have a lot of nice young pieces like Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson, RJ Barrett, and Dennis Smith Jr.
I agree. There might be a problem in like 4 or 5 years.
Believe it or not, even after their disappointing offseason, the Knicks are on the rise. Their draft picks over the years have proven to be rising stars and will potentially be all-stars in the league for years to come. But for now, this team will continue to
I don't know about that one, man. I mean, they've had hits and misses, definitely. Like Mitchell Robinson, that was a hit. RJ Barrett, remain to be seen. Kevin Knox, I don't know if Kevin Knox ever becomes an all-star. If I'm being quite honest, I can always see him being like a really good player. Kevin Knox is going to be interesting. I see. Well, get back to me in a few years about him. And then Frank Ntilikina. I do like Frank Ntilikina. I don't think he fits with the New York Knicks very well. I feel like he needs a change of pace or scenery.
And will add on to the years of being under 500. The lack of experience and poor spacing will hold them back this year. Not to mention they have an overabundance at power forward.
That they do.
But other than that, the Knicks are on the right track and will be a force to reckon with over the next couple of years.
Unpositionless league.
At number 12, we have the Washington Wizards. Now, the Wizards are in a
only because of Bradley Beal.
They lost their star point guard John Wall to an ACL tear, so he's obviously not going to be playing this season. At least Bradley Beal to carry the load again. Now, this team only has made 2 noticeable things this offseason.
I don't know if that was the video or I don't know if I heard downstairs. I'm like, I heard freaking somebody knocking on my door. Watch out for me, guys. If this video doesn't get uploaded, well, then you won't know. Wish I was live streaming right now. Would have been safer. Okay, whatever.
Signed Isaiah Thomas and re-signed Thomas Bryant. I think that Isaiah can average around 15 points.
Too many Thomases on one team.
Thomas Bryant will have a breakout
season. Too many Thomases.
But due to so much uncertainty and the lack of depth on their
never
team,
had a double Thomas
I can't
team
see
win.
them going anywhere this season.
I think that's the video. Let me go back. Was my video? Was the video knocking?
And the lack of depth on their team that I can't see them going anywhere this season.
That's some fucking ASMR that I've never experienced before. Oh yeah, somebody's knocking on my. You did that shit on purpose, man. Did you guys hear it? I'm going crazy, man. Oh my God. I'm going crazy.
We have the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta has something going for them right now.
Freaking base or
they
something.
They had a nice young core last year and a star in Trae Young on the rise who ended last season on a high note. Now adding to that young core this offseason, drafting DeAndre Hunter with the 4th overall pick and Cam Reddish with the 10th. This team is arguably going to be one of the best teams in the next 3 to 4 years. For now, this team will experience some growing pains and we'll see some playoff shots during those times.
Yeah, and they'll eventually get it all together.
Experience, I don't expect them to be a 500-win team anytime soon.
I think eventually the Hawks are going to end up trading for some sort of like veteran superstar piece. They got a ton of assets. I think it's a matter of time. They're going to give up something to team up somebody with, Trae Young, John Collins. Maybe John Collins gets traded. Probably not, though. And they're going to end up in a few years getting a big 3. That's my prediction. I really believe that.
At number 10, we have the Chicago Bulls.
So far,
Chicago is another young team on the rise, but not quite there yet. Yes, Zach LaVine and Lauri Markkanen are great players and are going to be all-stars in the near future.
Kobe White's going to be a difference maker.
They can be number 1 options on a championship team. Chicago just needs an it factor, like a LeBron, Durant.
Well, damn, we can all use one of those.
That's when I believe this team will truly find success, and that's will become real title.
Could all use one of those, my guy.
And put them over the top. But until then, they have a nice foundation, and I like to pick up in point guard Kobe White. Even though we rank them low, I have high expectations for this team. At 9, we got the Detroit Pistons.
Fuck, man! Number 9? You couldn't even put us on fucking playoffs, bro? Supreme Clips, come on, man. There ain't nothing supreme about that choice you just made. Number 9? Like, yeah, we got swept last year. And the time before that, we were in the playoffs. But Luke Kennard's 41% three-point shooter so far in the NBA. We got, Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond. We got Derrick Rose, man. The team got 8th place last year, and we are better than last year, man. Come on, bro. Oh, I got us. Disrespectful, bro. Oh, my God.
Now, the Pistons are one of many teams alike that are a middle team. And when I say middle team, I mean they're not bad, but they're not good enough to be a real threat to powerhouse.
They're a real threat, man.
Spot you can be in as a team and an organization.
They're a real threat, bro.
Fresh off a playoff series where they just got swept by the 1-seeded Bucks. They added Derrick Rose and Markieff Morris in the offseason, but that's really just about it. This team will always be in the running for a playoff spot every year as long as Blake Griffin stays healthy and they have Andre Drummond. But making playoffs is as good as it gets for this team.
A bad day. I was having a good day.
We have the Orlando Magic.
You got the damn tragic on over the Pistons.
The 2019 NBA season. They re-signed Nikola Vucevic to a 4-year, $100 million deal, who is coming off an all-star season. Not to mention they have Aaron Gordon, a potential all-star, and Jonathan Isaac, a defensive monster. They traded Jonathan Simmons, a protected first-round and second-round pick, for first overall pick Markelle Fultz,
was a nice
who
trade.
I believe is due for a comeback and will have it with this team. It might not be this season, but in the upcoming years. Now, this team is fresh off its first playoff berth in a long time, and if they can continue to build on the success of last season, they could actually go above the 8th spot.
Good luck run Jonathan Isaac and Aaron Gordon together.
And Jonathan Isaac's health, that's where I see. Number 6, we have the Brooklyn Nets. Now, the Nets came out.
You skip number 7? You gonna tell me you're gonna have the Magic at number 8, and you're gonna have the Pistons out of the playoffs? You gonna skip 7 on me like that? I just fucking full screen it, guys. Every day, at least one time, I full screen my damn videos. Every day.
Out of nowhere with the addition of Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Jordan. There is no doubt that this team is set up to win a championship in the next year or so. Because of Kevin Durant's injury, they will be held back this season. But this team is definitely going to put up a fight. They still have guys like Karis LeVert, Taurean Prince, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Jarrett Allen ready to step up.
D'Lo's better than Kyrie Irving.
Absence. This team is special and should make playoffs easily.
D'Lo's going to do more for that team than Kyrie Irving going to.
But at least a short playoff stint ending in the second round. At number 5, we have the Toronto Raptors.
Oh my God.
Now the Raptors are in a rather unusual spot coming off an NBA championship, beating out the powerhouse in Golden State. They lost their finals MVP in free agency, who is now on the Clippers, and one of their key shooters, Danny Green, who now resides on the Lakers.
Well, they're going to get still top 5.
They kept the team together. They still have key contributors to the championship like Serge Ibaka, former defensive player.
Those old-ass players ain't going to do shit without Kawhi. They have Stanley Johnson now, guys. Y'all got Stanley Johnson now. I'm sorry, Raptor fans. I know, I'm on every video this topic seems to come up. I'm sorry. But you got a fucking delusional. Like, I get it. You guys are gonna be fine. You'll be an okay team. But damn, you guys don't. I try to say like the impact of Kawhi Leonard, and there's like, no, it was a team effort out there. That's why LeBron took out your bitch asses every single year, man. It took Kawhi and LeBron leaving. You guys don't got LeBron. You guys don't got Kawhi, no. But yeah, LeBron's not there. But you also don't got DeMar DeRozan. You got Stanley Johnson, and I'm sorry, but you don't replace Kawhi Leonard with Stanley Johnson. And damn, who was it? Michael Kidd-Gilchrist? Somebody like that? Some bitch ass name like that? Like it. Serge Ibaka and Marcus Gasol. Damn it! They're gonna be gone by trade deadline. This team's gonna be rebuilding by trade deadline, man. I like Pascal Siakam, but you all gonna be rebuilding by trade deadline.
Gasol, Fred VanVleet, and the infamous Kyle Lowry. But the thing that's going to keep this team running and afloat is the emergence of third-year player Pascal Siakam. I expect him to develop and thrive as the #1 option on this team.
He's not that. I'm sorry, he's not. He's number 2. He's a great number 2. He'll be a bad number 1.
December or February of next year.
That's not disrespectful. It's just truth.
Including the pickup of Malcolm Brogdon, Jeremy Lamb, and TJ Warren, they should be fine. I believe Brogdon is ready to take the next step in his career and could be the most improved player next season. The Pacers just have so much depth on their team at the
I think his numbers are already too good to be most improved.
Expect this team to be better than
like he's already improved, you know?
2015. They should have a deep playoff run, but will get knocked out by one of the powerhouses above them because they lack the firepower that they have in an Embiid and a Giannis. At number 3, we have the Boston Celtics. Now, early on in the offseason, with Kyrie saying he's not going to turn to the Celtics,
y'all couldn't be freaking Luis Scola or who the hell you lost? It wasn't Luis Scola. Who was it?
Guard Kemba Walker. This team should be more functional
no
than it
names.
was last season.
Anderson Varejao, whatever.
From Gordon Hayward now that he will be 100% healthy, and Jason Tatum now that he will be clear-cut number 2 in the Celtics offense. But even with those things, it seems like the Celtics still haven't gotten anywhere in terms of building the roster.
The defense is horrible too.
Team. But most of that will lean on how much the young core has developed. At number 2, we have the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers are one of my favorite teams going to the 2019-20 NBA
Yeah, I think they're going to be in
Butler
finals.
Wanting to go Miami, the Sixers got a sign-and-trade deal done with them.
They're going to be in the finals next year, guys.
They got a young guy in Josh Richardson who is a nice 3-and-D player. Now to help bolster the roster, they signed center Al Horford who will now play his original position at power forward. And if that wasn't enough, they re-signed Tobias Harris to a 5-year, $180 million deal.
They're going to the finals, guys. They're going to lose to the Clippers,
though. The Sixers is the team to beat in the East. But they will have to deal with a freak in Milwaukee before they can crown themselves kings of the East. At the one spot,
they still got to deal with the claw.
They were a 60-win team last season and expected to go to the finals before being outed out by Toronto. They don't have too many flaws as a basketball team, and they surrounded their star player with a lot of 3-and-D players. But their success depends on if Giannis develops a jump shot because, as shown in the playoffs, teams were able to exploit that and use it against them. And will Bledsoe and Chris Middleton be ready to step up in crunch time situations? But we already know that in the regular season, they are going to run away with the best record in the NBA. That rounds out our top 15 teams of the East.
All right, I mean, I'm not going to lie, like, it wasn't a bad list. It definitely wasn't a bad list. I do think Pistons make the playoffs, though, and I'm not even a Pistons fan, guys. Like, I'm definitely not even a Pistons fan. I just think the Pistons are going to make the playoffs, and I think Toronto's going to be fine, but not as good as, like, Toronto fans want to freaking defend that team to be. And yeah, man. Anyway, check out this dude's channel. It was a good video, man. I thought it was very well constructed. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Peace out, my friends.